Toni Kroos scored an injury-time winner as the 10-man reigning world champions refused to be written off in Russia. Real Madrid's midfielder curled home a dramatic shot from an impossible angle as Jurgen Loew's side simply refused to be beaten. Going into the final 8 minutes, they were a man down after defender Jerome Boating was sent off after receiving his second yellow card. But they threw everything at the tiring Swedes, who were within a few seconds of earning a point that would have left Germany's advancement in the competition out of their hands. However, in the dying moments, Kroos stood over the ball after Timo Werner had been fouled for the umpteenth time on the left flank. He played a short ball to Marco Reus, who stopped it. Kroos curled a shot over outstanding Swedish keeper Robin Olsen, and the Fischl Stadium erupted in a sea of black, yellow and red. It was the most dramatic of finales as the Germans showed great spirit to claw themselves back into a game that appeared to be slipping away from them at halftime. Ola Toivonen had given the Swedes a shock 32nd minute lead. That lasted until just after halftime when Marco Reus equalized. The Germans had been unlucky, but their time appeared to have run out when Boating was sent off and Julian Brandt smashed a shot against the foot of the post in injury time. However, Kroos, who had a poor evening until then, had the last word in the most fantastic manner possible. It could prove a decisive strike, too. If Sweden had held out, it would have left advancement to the knockout stages out of the Germans' hands following their opening defeat to Mexico. The Swedes and Mexicans could have played out a draw in their final group game, and Loew's men would be going home. This result leaves the outcome of Group F on a knife edge. But it is something Loew and company would have settled for at halftime. The Germans started quickly. It was one-way traffic. And then Antonio Rudiger lost possession just inside the Swedish half. One pass was all it took and Marcus Berg was suddenly bearing down on Manuel Neuer. Jerome Boating was in hot pursuit and appeared to clip the striker's leg before he could send in a shot. The forward managed to make contact. Neuer still blocked the shot. Referee Marciniak was surrounded by angry navy blue-shirted players, all asking the same question. They wanted it referred. And with good reason. But there could not have been any request from Moscow for the Poland official to review the incident. Neither, despite the continued protests from skipper Andreas Grandqvist, did the man in green take it upon himself to spend 1 minute with his pitch side monitor. If it was a failure of the system, it did not affect the Swedes, who began to finally pose some problems of their own. The breakthrough came when Germany overplayed as they attempted to build another attack from the back. Kroos' pass was cut out by Berg, moved out wide quickly to Victor Klesen. The midfielder lifted the ball between the two German centre halves. Toivonen chested the ball down, then lifted it over Manuel Neuer. It was a strike of real quality. With just 45 minutes to save themselves, Loew went for broke. He decided to meet fire with fire and swapped the largely ineffective Drixler with targetman Mario Gomez. The effect was almost instantaneous. Werner was switched to the left flank and fired in a ball that took 2 deflections. Reus gambled and it popped up for him to finish off his knee. Sweden somehow survived a nervy 10 minutes, but the temperature had been raised and the Germans settled. Werner's pace was causing Jan Andersson's side all sorts of problems, and as the game entered its later stages the Swedes were being stretched. But their chances of securing 3 points appeared to be over when Boating received 2 cautions in quick succession. Incredibly, that only fired up the Germans still further. Brandt smashed a shot against the foot of the post. Olsen pulled off a magnificent stop from Mario Gomez's header. And then Kroos showed the stuff true champions are made of.